for life.
Good morning. It's Wednesday Friendsday, April 1st, 2026. The Anti-Hero broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for veterans, first responders, and all blue-collar Americans. The show is, of course, brought to you by GhostBed at ghostbed.com/anti-hero. Save 10% on their already ridiculously low prices, pillowcases, mattress toppers, cooling, patented technology sheets, their award-winning mattresses, 60,000 plus 5-star rating and reviews, in-house customer service, free shipping, and return. So if you got to replace anything in the bedroom, if you go to ghostbed.com/anti-hero, it'll save you 10% and it'll tell them that we sent you, which is really important. And Elevated Silence, go to elevatedsilence.com and use promo code ANTIHERO15 and save 15% on your can. Everything from 22s to 50 cals. Exercise your Second Amendment right. Get yourself a suppressor. The process is not that difficult, and Jim will walk you through it. Go to elevatedsilence.com and use promo code ANTIHERO15. Save 15%. Boy, sorry I'm late, man. Whew. I was looking for a particular sticker, but I found the old box of Copville stickers that Mike brought when he first came. When you first, dude, you have so many stickers and patches back there.
I thought they all got stolen.
No. This was the OG one before you were like when you started coming around. You were like, "Hey, man, here's a big sticker package."
Oh, cool.
And I was like, "Cool, man. I'm definitely going to use all 1,000 of these stickers, Mike. Thank you so much."
Did I bring that many?
Yeah, I have them all.
Good. We'll send them out to people.
I got an OG Jerry Worms card. I might get signed for myself.
Yeah, I just ordered 250 more of the Copville logo and the logo in like reflective for bringing up to Myrtle Beach.
Nice. Of course, if you guys haven't already, please join our Patreon. Different style tiers. All paid members get to go to Patreon Tuesday, which is the second hour of the show. Patreon only, exclusively to Patreon. I was watching something because I needed to do some research, and I saw that a certain podcast does their Patreon brought to you by a sponsor. And I was like, that is the difference between someone who thinks one way and someone who thinks another. Because Patreon's brought to you by, guess who? The patrons that pay to be there. They pay you to have a Patreon. That's who it's brought by. Yeah. And it blew my mind. I was like, oh, and please support our Patreon, brought to you by, like, so it's you're welcome for our Patreon. Like, no, dude, that's not what Patreon is.
I'd be interested to know how much interaction goes on in that Patreon as well, like real interaction, which is again, our thought of it is that's where we interact. I was in there last night for about an hour going at it with the OG council, just, shooting the shit, talking about funny, that's to me what it's for. It's for, obviously they get a huge discount, but it's not sponsored. Like they're already paying because they're helping us out. So it's like, why would my sponsor has a sponsor that has a sponsor? They're like, some guys are all about the money, man. Like, I get income is important, and we got, you can't do it for free, but at some point,
I saw one of
something for the people.
And I also saw one of our sponsors shared a post, and I said, "Hey, were you tagged by a certain female and told to and asked to share this post?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "They're like, no, it's all good. I'll do." No. I'm not judging. That's totally fine. Your company's your company. But my thought was that the podcast post the sponsors, not the sponsors post the podcast. And he was like, "Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be." I was like, man, there's just no shame in people's games nowadays. But
not my not my clowns, not my circus, not my whatever it is. Like, let them do what they want, man.
Yeah. Did they mute G Money? No. G Money's got a big surprise for y'all. We've got a hell of a show, though. We got the origins of G Money. Who is the most American man in America? If you've been following for a long time, you probably do know who Nick Gerasi is. But he's since become a major contributor to this network, major contributor to the broadcast. And I want everybody to kind of know who's behind the cowboy hat and diamonds and American flag shirt. And then at noon, we have HuckFinBarbell, aka Thomas Finn, the dude that Nick brought or not brought, he brought the video of the guy from years ago during COVID bench pressing 315, shoulder pressing it in a boat while he chugged beers. Yep, Nick, the gun guy, who's a huge supporter, part of the 99%. You guys know him. He put us in contact with Huck Finn, so he's going to be joining us at around noon, and super excited for that. But we got some reflections. We've got some reflections. First off, Nick's video talking about London and Mike's video talking. Well, I said I shouldn't put. I'm putting it on them like it's their fault. The video I put out, mainly Nick talking about London and Mike talking about Charlie Kirk assassinations. Man, those comments were a wee bit heated.
I wouldn't notice because I don't go look.
Yeah, either do I.
Nick, I seen you in there commenting back and forth, calling people stupid.
I'll stir a pot a little bit. Oh, they are fucking stupid. So here's the thing, right? We are the right. Whether you're middle right. We should be better than the left. What the left does is they criticize, they personally attack you when they have nothing constructive to say. So all these people that say they're conservatives or they're Republicans or they're on the right will come in the comments because I have an opinion and just personally start attacking me. I'm a fucking stupid ass motherfucker. This dumbass doesn't know what he's doing. He's fucking aligned with Israel. Like I'm some kind of big fucking podcaster. You know what I mean? That fucking sways the fucking opinions of people. Like I'm aligned with anybody. The fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Like,
they all think that we're getting checks, big, massive checks cut from Israel when you just kind of use common sense. And that kind of goes into Mike's thing. I full-heartedly agree with that. And I was the one that was saying, unfortunately, it's just not what America wants to hear. It's like if they told you aliens aren't real and they proved to you aliens aren't real. It was our craft the whole time since the 1940s. They're not. If they said that, there's no fucking way anybody would go, I believe that.
Yeah,
nobody was smoking anybody. Fucking CC.
I got hammered because of like I'm not a fucking redneck or a sniper. Like I don't give a fuck about bullets, what they do when they leave the gun, even Peach was messaging me. He was like, "You're all wrong. This bullet tumbles at this." Like, but I'm like, bro, I don't give a fuck, dude. What I was trying to explain was how bullets break apart in homicides I've worked. Yeah, I've never worked a homicide with like a fucking sniper shot from 400 yards. But the brief few comments I saw were all like, "This fucking guy, a 308 does this. It comes out, it doesn't." I'm like, my bad. Like, I don't fucking care, nor do I know. I'm not going to shoot a fucking animal. They were like, "Oh, if it hits a moose's fucking spine, it's this distance." I'm like, I'm never going to shoot a moose. I don't give a fuck what it does. I was trying to say that obviously if bullets break apart and there are pieces of them, that can be difficult to match up. What this bullet did, I don't know. I don't care. Like I was trying to give a generalized synopsis of the homicides I worked and how that is factored, but I surely got roasted for not knowing what a fucking 308 does when it hits somebody. Like,
well, I mean, that is ballistic talk, and to be fair, unless you're talking to a ballistics expert, that's also fucking people's opinion and experience. What we were saying is the fact that no matter what you want to believe, this is really not going to have that big of an impact on this fucking case. Anything Charlie Kirk's assassination is going to be a headline. They could have been like, never mind, I won't say something, but it's just kind of is a joke, and I don't want to make light of it, but it's not going to sway. If there was a regular ass murder in the street and everybody was like, yeah, pretty sure John Tavius just shot Jamal. We've got 3 witnesses. We've got surveillance footage of John Tavius running. We found the gun that was used, but the bullet doesn't exactly match the barrel. That's kind of like saying, well, John Tavius didn't admit to it under oath. He didn't just admit to it. So we're going to keep pushing forward because we're pretty sure John Tavius did it. We got a lot of probable cause. So the bullet not exactly matching the barrel, although would be a nice slam dunk for the case, does not mean really anything in the defense for Tyler Robinson. Am I wrong?
No, you'll have experts come in on both sides, and you'll have an expert say that exactly what you said. It doesn't matter. This is why it wouldn't matter. And then you'll have a defense expert come in and say, of course it matters. It means he's innocent. Like, that's going to go on no matter what. So it's not I mean, hell, we've proven cases without the gun and out the ballistics. It still happens. It just, it gives some collusion for the defense to make the argument that it's all made up or a conspiracy, which that is all their job has to be. Like, they don't have to tell the truth. So it is a big thing for the defense. In the world of the case, it's not, but for the defense, that's just one more way to go. We don't have to tell you who did it, but my guy didn't do it. Hell, it could have been anybody that did it. This is a conspiracy. They can spin that jury any way they want, where the prosecution and the cops have to stay on facts, which is a big problem in the justice system anyway, that one half gets to lie, make up stuff, and say whatever they want. The other half has to be like so strict they can't make one mistake or the case is a mistrial.
Yeah. So that's that. That's what we were saying. There's tons of comments, or I've noticed there's a lot of fucking hatred on Instagram. And I think that the fact, I always tell everybody, like, man, there's a lot of negativity. I'm like, it's serving its purpose. It's exposure. We're not going to convince people that come into those comments otherwise. They're
half of them are pussies, hide behind a fake account anyway. So I go in there, drop some fucking knowledge, and bounce. I don't even look at the comments. I don't give a fuck about some pussy hide behind an anonymous account.
So before we get to know G Money, aka Nick Gerasi, Nick's got a huge surprise for everybody. You want to take it from here, Nick? It's not his wiener.
Ah, damn. I was going to fucking pull my dick out. Not embarrassed of that. So quick update, Mike, on the Sal Aldradi case. It's they continued. I believe the prosecution is looking subpoenaing some files, so it'll be a new date in June. Looking at for a trial in the fall.
That case,
no, I don't have fucking herpes.
Let me hit that.
Gay. I'm not the one that wears a romper, CC. Fucking fag.
That case is again. It's that goes into what I just said. They have their defense use of force expert shot an unarmed black guy in his lifetime. Like, he has been involved in other cases that are horrific, but now he's an expert for the prosecutor as to why Sal's case is bad, and he's written some wild things. So it's another fucking fiasco, man. I feel terrible for the guy.
Well,
you look at Miami, look at Miami, black female, pow, right in the back. Nothing, right? Sal shoots a guy with a gun in his hand. That's fucking bringing it up. And he gets charged with murder. Like, there's your fucking whole new worlds, like two different fucking planets.
All right. Well, now we'll try to talk about.
We got it teed up.
Yeah, it's teed up, but I wanted to preface it. There's a lot going on with this news.
So Monday, the Supreme Court denied fucking Joe Maldonado, aka the Tiger King, aka Joe Exotic, a new appeal to a new trial because he's getting royally fucked over. The prosecution star witness and everything that the case and the conviction stood on admitted under affidavit that he lied and perjured himself on the major evidence that convicted Tiger King of hiring a hitman to kill Carol Baskin. Fucking Carol Baskin. So I had the pleasure of interviewing the Tiger King today. Had a 14-minute conversation from the prison he's in. Got it teed up?
Yeah, you guys ready?
Supreme Court decision on Monday. Let me ask you, where did you first hear the news, and what was your immediate reaction to it when you found out?
Well, I was expecting it because everybody, tells you, especially the lawyers tell you that, they file 8,000 to 10,000 cases and they only hear 1% of them, and it seems like all they ever hear is political stuff, like they're doing today with this birthright citizenship stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
First I heard about it, I was watching the news and saw it on Fox yesterday.
Oh, so that's got to be a gut punch. You're just sitting around watching TV, and that's how you find out.
It is in a way. It is in a way, but shit, the whole thing, Nick, about this whole deal is, they basically kidnapped me in order to pull this off because they arrested me and they held me without bond. Jesus Christ, people that murder people get bond. They held me without bond. They kept me in solitary confinement the entire 2 years of my trial. So
Hold on. You're in solitary for 2 years.
Yes.
Isolation, by yourself?
Yes.
How many hours were you allowed outside of the cell?
shit, I was in a shithole place called Grady County Jail that had a federal contract outside of Oklahoma City in Chickasha, Oklahoma. And, you know, by law, they're supposed to let you out an hour a day.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky if you got out an hour every 6-7 days.
Joe, so you're telling me that you're kept in isolation for 2 years, and you're only getting an hour outside of that jail every 5 or 6 days?
Absolutely. And then after they transferred me to federal prison, I spent my first 89 days in solitary by myself without ever getting out. Here.
That's a disgrace. That's torture.
Dude, let me tell you, I laid there every day praying to God my heart would stop.
Oh my God. How are you mentally right now because of this?
It fucks your head up. I'm not gonna disagree, you know, because
right.
you can watch a movie and the emotions just kick in without even being able to stop it. But you know, back to what they did to me and why I can't win an appeal is, you know, they held me without bond. They kept me in solitary confinement. I couldn't work to get real lawyers. I had no money. You know, I couldn't get out to work so I could hire a lawyer and help find evidence and put my case.
This call is from a federal prison.
So I had to rely on federal public defenders. And my
That's
public defenders, my public defenders didn't preserve the motions right. So every appeal that I filed all goes back to, oh, well, you didn't do this during trial. Well, you know, that's the government's employees. That's not my fault.
Right. Right. And now, let me, I want to get to that. I'll touch on that in a few minutes. I know we're pressed for time. So, as we're discussing, this was probably your last legal shot for overturning the conviction. So what are your feelings about that, and where do you think you go from here moving forward?
Well, you know, I have a clemency application on file at the White House. They've contacted the prison as far as an update on, you know, my program and shit like that. So they're at least looking at it. And then, you know, I put Peter Tickton, Trump's lawyer, is now on my legal team.
Fantastic.
So I'm really praying to God that President Trump will make this right, because especially, you know, I've never seen the popularity out in the free world, but, you know, every letter that I get, everybody says, you know, you got me through COVID. You brought the world together through COVID.
I'm one of them.
President Trump could really use some of that positive press right now if he would just sign my clemency and let me out. You know, I'm not even asking for a pardon. Shit, you know, my president is a 34-time felon. I think I can make it the rest of my life being a felon. You know what I'm saying?
I think you'll be all right when you get out. I'll tell you what, you are loved. You have a lot of fans. And I was one of those people you helped get through COVID. It was great.
I sure wish he would give me some consideration and let me out. But you know, if he doesn't, I got 4 more years, and let me tell you, I've done the hardest state. So 4 more years, I'll be done with this anyway.
I have a feeling he's a fair guy, and I think looking at your circumstances, and you know, it's disgraceful that their key witness, which the whole conviction stands on, admits to perjury. So I mean,
Isn't that crazy? And not even admit to just perjury. He admitted that I was the target to be killed to start with.
Yeah, that's disgusting. And yeah, I know he went under oath and even said that the money he was allegedly paid to you know, be hired to kill Carol Baskins was actually money he stole from you when he you know, he himself quit and left to go work for Jeff Lowe. So, and he did that under oath in an affidavit, which I don't know if people understand that, you know, that's not just him going on a podcast and saying something. He went under oath. I mean, there's consequences to that.
Well, and then he went on world television in season 2 and even showed them where he hid the murder weapon and how they were going to kill me. How do you do that and get away with it? How do you do that and nobody cares?
And you're still sitting here. So that's one of my problems. The feds are like their own mafia. You know, there's a side of them, the law enforcement arm, and it's not all of them. It's a select group that can just do whatever hell they want, and they set people up. I watched them do it with cops that they want to go after who are innocent. They leaned on them, Italians because their names end in a vowel. They go
This
after who
call
are
is from a
innocent.
federal prison.
No, but why? What are they
Yep.
benefiting from this?
Yeah, it's somebody gets to make a name for themselves and move up in the ranks is what I think. You know what I mean?
Well, I know
Get
my
some clout.
prosecutor, my assistant district attorney, became a judge a month after she convicted me.
There you go. There's always something in it for people with a big name and to put a feather in their cap and move forward. And I think it's disgusting, especially in your case when the key witness, whose their entire trial and conviction stands on, admits to the key evidence to lying and committing perjury, and you're still sitting in prison. It's an affront to justice.
I don't get it. I really don't. You know, where are you located, Nick?
I'm in Philly.
Philadelphia. Okay.
Yes, sir. And so I got a podcast, a Good Cop, Bad Cop podcast, and then I'm also part of the Anti-Hero Broadcasting Network, where this will be played. They are a law enforcement and military-themed, podcast and network. They have a lot of shows that helps the mental health for cops and first responders and military vets. They're kind of like the Barstool Sports for the military world, and they're going to be really big. They already have over 150,000 subscribers, gets millions of views monthly. It's a fantastic group of guys, and we're pulling for you. We, especially as cops, we don't want to see innocent people locked up, and it's disgusting what's going on with your case.
It's crazy. I was a police chief at the age of 19 years old.
Yep.
Never had a speeding ticket, and then this happens to me at age 55. And they started me with 2 points, like I have already been a criminal, which added 4 years. And I'm like, I've never even had a speeding ticket, and you start me as a career criminal.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, everything with your case just doesn't make sense. Again, I hate to beat a dead horse, but their key witness and the key conviction was all done on a lie. I mean, you should have a new trial at the very least. It should be thrown out.
You would think.
Yep. So I know you're going through serious health issues. I'm sorry to hear that. What's your outlook with the time you have left? You seem to be somewhat positive, saying you only got 4 more years. How's your mental health and your physical health?
I mean, I have to stay positive, Nick, because I have a story to tell. The world needs to know how corrupt this is.
I agree.
And not only my case, but what goes on in federal prison. I mean, if they had any clue how many drugs were in federal prison, you'd never vote again. Because the war on drugs out there is stupid when they're in here.
I agree. And and as a former cop, people are shocked to hear I'm a big proponent for the criminal justice system, and for an overhaul. We need to fix it, and we need to do it right. It just can't be an experiment like our district attorney, who's a radical in Philly, is doing and getting people killed. It needs to be done the right way. But people like you are going to be the voice for that and the voice for change. So with that, what do you want your fans out there to remember most about your story? The one big truth that you have that you want to set straight.
I didn't do what they said I did. And one thing about reporters that really upsets me is they always would say in every news article, Joe was convicted of 18 counts of animal abuse. I have not one charge of animal cruelty or animal abuse. I've never been accused of it. I've never been charged of it, and I've never been convicted of it.
Right.
They have me on 18 charges of violating the Endangered Species Act and the Lacey Act, and it all has to do with paperwork. Nothing to do with abusing an animal.
Right. It's funny how that happens. No charges, and all of a sudden you have a whole shitload of them. And from what I understand, the euphemism, you followed the instructions from the was it the EPA or
the
whatever government
USDA.
agency?
Yes, my federal inspectors have a vet protocol that they signed off on, telling me how to put them down. And they're the ones who came and told me, look, Joe, you have 260 tigers. Why are you making these 23-year-old tigers crippled, be in a cage just to put on exhibit? And they're the ones who told me to put them down. And then the game warden that's working with Carol Baskin, the federal game warden, he's the one that arrested me and prosecuted me, not the FBI or anybody else. It was a federal game warden that was friends with Carol Baskin. And he charged me with taking 5 endangered species without a permit. Like, I should have filed for a 6 or an 8 month permit and let those animals suffer for 8 more months while I got a permit to euthanize them that my federal inspector told me to do.
Right. So you follow the law. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, but you know what was the crazy part about that corrupt little shit system is during my trial, guess who could not be found to subpoena to court? My federal inspector. How do you not find a federal inspector to subpoena to court?
Yep. Everything about your case is just dirty, Joe.
It's crazy. But when I get out of here, the truth's going to come out and some questions are going to be asked. And I think that's why they're not letting me out, because they know that they're going to have egg all over their face.
Oh yeah, they're buying time, and I guess they're hoping for the worst, but it would be the best in their case. Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through it, Joe, but it seems like you have a good attitude. Can I ask you 2 quick favors before we hang up?
Yes, sir.
Can you give a plug? Can you say you're listening to the Anti-Hero Broadcast Network? This is Joe Exotic from Tiger King, and you're listening to the Anti-Hero Broadcasting Network.
Anti-Hero. Hey, everybody, this is Joe Exotic, and you're listening to the Anti-Hero. Oh, man, that beep fucked it up. Okay, let's try it before they hang up on me. Hey, everybody, this is Joe Exotic, and you're listening to the Anti-Hero Broadcasting Network.
Yes, sir. And one more, same thing, but just say the Good Cop, Bad Cop podcast.
Okay. Hey, everybody, this is Joe Exotic from Tiger King, and you're listening to the Good Cop, Bad Cop podcast.
Thank you, sir. Listen, before they hang up, what do you want to tell all your millions of fans out there following?
Everybody get on pardonjoeexotic.com and sign my petition to President Trump, because numbers count, and he's going to listen to the thousands and thousands of people that agree that I should be out.
Hell yeah. What's that site one more time?
Pardonjoeexotic.com.
Yes, sir. Listen, I'd like to do this again if you're up for it.
Hey, just send my team a message, and I'll call you anytime, dude.
That sounds great, Joe. Yeah, I'll
I
definitely be in touch.
appreciate you, Nick.
Yeah, Joe,
Thanks.
I'm rooting for you, man.
All right, tell everybody.
All right.
There he is, the Tiger King, the COVID King.
Dude. That's great, dude.
Got a lot of people through COVID, that guy.
He did. I was one of them, dude.
Oh, it's fucking me too. It was fucking great. I couldn't stop watching it.
Nope, unbelievable, dude. That's fucking
Was that good? Should I watch it?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it's that good.
Dude.
It's that fucking good, dude. I don't. Well,
out of control.
I'd like to see your position on it without COVID, but at COVID time,
exactly,
the world was a shitstorm, and all I did was like, I got to get home after this fucking shift to go fucking watch the next episode of fucking Joe Exotic, dude. He's
it's
a
just
character.
What the world needed.
It's not in him, dude. He's a fucking character, man. He is an absolute character.
What was that one clip? It's like, yeah, I called you several times, and not a fuck you, what do you need, or nothing, dude. I can't fucking crack me up, dude.
Dude, he is great, man. That was a great interview too, man. He did a great job.
Thanks. There's some things I got to work on with the ahs and the so's, which pisses me off.
Never
bad habit I got into. I haven't been on Fox for a while and kind of slipped back into my old habits.
We got to ask him if the job is dead next time.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna get him back on.
Joe Exotic, and the job is dead.
Yeah,
in Las Vegas right now.
Rob O'Neill sucks.
Yeah, whoever's crying in the comments, that what does this have to do with law enforcement or military? He was a police chief.
No, but here's the thing. This is a blue collar American network as well. This is for everybody. Everybody
it has to do with the criminal justice system too.
It does, but I'm more and more in the Patreon, and we're getting guys that are construction dudes and machine operators that are going, hey, dude, you guys are giving us the news that we want to hear. The same shop talk that's going on the floor in the factory and and everywhere else on the construction site is what we want to hear, and that expands it. So anything to do with everyday American hardworking dudes, man, that's what this network is for. It's not just first responders and all that. It's everybody.
Now think about that, which this is scary. But the guy, their entire conviction rests on this guy, Alan Glover, who's a fucking felon and a piece of shit to begin with. Admits under oath, with an affidavit, that he lied about everything. He wasn't paid $3,000 as a down payment to kill Carol Baskin. In fact, he stole the $3,000 and left voluntarily. He didn't get fired and went to work with another scumbag, Jeff Lowe, who's in the same kind of fucking business, although much more of a scumbag. And his appeals keep getting denied. No one's doing anything about it. Now, what's that? That's a guy who has a huge following. People know who he is, and he's being shit on and fucked with. What if it's one of us, nobodies that doesn't have any money or a following, or who can come up with someone to help him out? I believe Trump's lawyer, Jerry Jones' lawyer, stepped in because it's such an affront to justice that this man's still being held after the key witness and the entire conviction rests on a lie.
Yeah,
that should make people fucking nervous.
Fucking Joe Exotic, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah, sorry about the audio. This is the first time Justin made that for us, and this is the first time we've ever brought in, I think, like something that we made to listen to, because obviously everything we listen to is usually from the internet. So that's our bad. But
plus,
I can still hear it.
It's a phone call from jail, recorded on an app. So
it was good though, man. Yeah, that was really cool. I kind of wish I had watched Tiger King, but I will now.
Oh, dude, yeah, you can go binge it. It's a train wreck, dude, but it's a glorious train wreck you can't stop watching.
Yeah, it's bad. You're sucked in from the first minute. You can't get enough of it. It's that good. It's that good.
Yeah. The gay gun-toting cowboy who sings and has fucking tigers everywhere and shit, and circus, a zoo.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
Yep, it's fucking great, dude.
And that whole twist there with her fucking husband, dude. It's just a fucking.
Oh yeah.
It's a.
Efren says, "Show us the Snapple," but I think that he means your piss bottle.
We don't want that.
I already drank the Snapple.
Brady said, "I don't know where this is coming from. This has got to be some Patreon stuff. Here's to Mike and Judge's Myrtle Beach Room Fund. I guess Mike isn't a net positive.
I was in Patreon last night for about an hour with the OGs, and I told him I had told him about the meltdown I had.
Oh, you did? I wasn't going to say anything.
No, dude, this is entertainment, man. This is entertainment. This is business.
I didn't know if you were going through
with fucking El Brutus, my fucking El Brutus that I live with, that stabbed me in the fucking back when I was sticking up for her. And then she's like, "No, bro, I'm fine with that." And I'm like, "Today we're fine with something." Like I apparently don't know my wife at all. But no, I get paid.
To preface it, to put it in a basket for you guys who have no idea what we're talking about. We're going to Myrtle Beach, and we've been putting off this room because we don't have like office skills here. So everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we'll do it. I'll do it." Well, it never, and all the rooms in Myrtle Beach were getting booked up. So Justin found a condo because Mike had found a hotel, but we didn't book it. So it was booked out. There's nothing there. So Justin found a condo that sleeps 5. And he was like, "Hey, it's really good rate. It's the same thing as a hotel room." I was like, "Cool, man, book it." And then Mike got the confirmation email and texted us. Like, I was like, "Man, dude, maybe like Mike,
that confirmation email was just Justin. I thought it was just his, and I was gonna. So I went to the same room to look for another room. I didn't know it was a group effort.
Yeah, I thought Mike had like dipped into some alcohol or something. Like there was no talking him down from the ledge. I was like, "Mike, it was a misunderstanding. We'll fucking get you another room, dude." He's like, "Fucking, whoa, misunderstanding. What'd you say? I partied with the best of them. $300 a night is a fucking shit."
No, but I wasn't talking about what you guys spent. I was thinking that you had booked a room for you two, and I was gonna have to spend another $1,000 is where I was initially going. I'm like,
I remember Justin was like, "I'm not trying to make you mad, Mike. I just need to make sure you understand what I'm saying."
I never even saw that message. I fucking breezed right over. I breezed right over those messages and fucking was full blown. Then I look at my wife and I was like, "These motherfuckers booked a room. We're gonna have to all stay in the same room." And she's like, "Oh, we have our own room now?" And she's like, "I don't have a problem with that." And I'm like, "Well, I just cussed them all out for no reason then. Like, I don't know anything. I'm a moron." But
yeah,
it was pretty good.
You did. You said, I can't quote it because I don't want to go find it, but you said, "I would rather be waterboarded than stay in a condo with you guys."
But it wasn't you guys. No, she would rather be. I said she would.
Okay.
You guys I have no problem with. I just know. I thought I knew my wife, but I find out 6 years in that I don't. And,
Maybe it was one of those things where they just want to know that you care and you'll go to war for her. And then she's like, oh, it's fine. As long as you would do that.
I didn't bring it up at all. She saw me like this. I was sitting on the table like that. She says, what's wrong? And I said, I don't want to tell you about it. Because I thought it was going to be a disaster. And then she's like, no. She's like, that's cool. Got our own room. She's like, I just get ready in there. Everything's great. I'm like, okay, fuck me then. Fuck me.
All right. Well, Nick, let's get to know you.
Yeah, get to know Nick.
Mike said,
"What do you want to know?"
Kind of worked up. So you started, I want to guess, 2002.
What's that? Police department?
Yeah.
1999.
1999. Okay.
Yep.
So, how old were you when you became a cop?
I was 19 when I got hired, and when I finally got into the police academy because of affirmative action. I was getting close to the end of the list. I was in the top 100 out of thousands, and I was getting close to the list dying. So when you sign up for the police department, you have to take a test, physical, all that, and then you get numbered. You get ranked, and based from the rank,
based on your color and sex.
It is, especially back then in the 90s. So you get ranked, and well, it's not even about that. You'll still get ranked, but they'll pull people that are way past you to fit the box of people that they need for the affirmative action. So I was getting close to the list line. I thought I was going to have to take another test, and I wasn't going to get on. So
that your
the very end of it, yeah, there's a truck, dude.
But when you got hired, when you were in this hiring process, that was when it was really difficult to become a cop, especially as a white male. Like very difficult.
It kind of got a little bit easier towards the end of the 90s, but it still wasn't. Like I said, my list was about to die, and I got onto the next. I actually got the last class of that list. It was only like a month away from dying, so I was, reapplying to take the test again, and thought I was going to have to wait another 2 years. But I got on, started the academy April 5th, 1999. So we also did a program in September where it's pretty stupid. We got promoted to being an active law enforcement while still in the police academy. You know what I mean? We did our pledge, got sworn in, and we went out to a district for 30 days called field training, which, you get these cops sent to the district, these new recruits. Everyone looked at you like you're a fucking rat from Impact or Internal Affairs. Everyone avoided you like the plague, and I understand it. I get it. And, we were only allowed to ride with supervisors. And, it was cool, but at the same end, fucking stupid, because we're cops. When we were done that 30 days, we went back to the police academy, and they had fucking nothing for us to do. So for like 40 days, we sat around playing paper football and watching movies. So they ended up ending that program because it didn't make any sense. Well, once we were sworn in doing police duties. But, it was cool. I went down to 12th District. This is really busy down by the airport. Saw a lot of cool things.
Your old man was a Philly PD, right?
Yeah. So my dad became a cop when he was 18 years old. They did a program, 1960, a bunch of 18-year-olds. It's the first time Philadelphia hired anyone, I believe, under the age of 21. And they did a whole platoon of 18-year-old cops. So my pop became a cop. He wasn't even allowed to carry a gun for the first year. And then someone came by and said, this is fucking stupid. Why do we have these cops? So they give him a gun his second year, but he's not allowed to handle anything in bars because you got to be over 21. So he had to wait outside for a supervisor, which is stupid.
Oh my God.
He remained a uniformed cop for 5 years. Then he made detective. So 1965, he makes detective. And like the first month or two, he hated it. Went to his captains like, listen, I'd like to switch and go over to corporal because it's kind of the same rank. Even though detectives don't have a rank, but it's equal to each other in pay. I guess it's like the G pay at the feds.
Yeah.
And the captain's like, listen, you're going to love this job. I promise you, come back to me in 6 months. And if you hate it, I'll make sure you're made a corporal. So the end of 6 months, my dad came back. I was like, man, you're right. Thank you. I love this job. And he loved it so much. He stayed a detective for 25 years, never wanted to leave. So when I got on the job, this is how I know my dad was fucking really good detective. People would hunt me down saying, hey, I heard Sal's kid's here. Are you Sal's kid? Yeah. And people just tell me he's one of the best detectives they've ever seen and how great he was testifying. So it wasn't like we were stuck in a conversation and he was just, give me some bullshit. Like, yeah, I know your daddy's a great cop. Like people would seek me out to tell me, how great he was as a detective, and it felt good, man. It's nice to hear, and to tell him hello and shit like that.
Yeah. So, you did 20 years. Were you just uniformed the whole time?
Yeah. No, I didn't do 20. I did 12. But 2 of those
12.
years I was out injured. But I grew up listening to the old cop stories from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, man. It was fucking awesome, dude. There was an old rumor in Philadelphia that it's funny, when I was on, people would swear, I know who it was, and I was there for that, or I know who was there, and it was all bullshit. It's like an urban myth about how a pink bunny came into a cell room one time and beat a confession out of somebody. It wasn't my dad, but he was present for it. I know who the detective was. But one of those urban legends. I went through the Philly Police Department. There's a lot of them too. Rizzo, Frank Rizzo. Do you guys know who he is?
I don't think so.
One of the best. He was a police commissioner, old school Italian guy. One of the best commissioners.
Yeah.
Philly ever had. He was a mayor for a while. And a guy, I think he shot and killed a cop, and he was shot too. And the wagon came over and was like, we're headed to the prisons. And Rizzo came over and said, where are you headed? Or we're headed to the hospital. He says, where are you headed? And they said, we're en route with the suspect. There's a gunshot to the hospital. And Rizzo comes over and goes, I'm gonna ask you one more time, where are you headed? And like 5 minutes went by. He said, turn us around to the morgue.
How many have you ever been in any shootings?
Yeah, I was at a shooting, May 3rd, 2003. A guy robbed a Jamaican store with a shotgun. Got some money, ran away. So it starts coming over. It was on the border of the 15th and the 24th where I was at. And it comes over as J-Band, which is citywide. So we're a different division. We were East Division, which had the 24th and 26th on one radio. So we would hear the 26th, they'd hear the 24th. And when J-Band would beep in and we'd hear citywide shit that might be pertinent, like a car chase or a suspect could be coming in our area, shit like that. So I heard the job. It was close to where I was at. So I paid attention to it. And then it came out that he was just in a bar in my district on O Street. And he went in there with the shotgun. So everyone stopped and fucking looking at him. He put $1 on the bar, told the bartender to give him $1 worth of beer. So the bartender put a little fucking glass down and fucking poured him half a glass of beer. He fucking drank it and said, for my people, holding up the shotgun, and just started running out on the street. So we started getting calls like crazy. We see him, start chasing him down, of all places, a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot. So when I saw him, he pulled the shotgun. There's a couple of us there. Pulled a shotgun on his 15th District Cop Ruddy. And it looked like, he was ready to fire. And we opened fire. And he ducked down. And where is that? It looked to me like he was in front of the car, which was in a parking spot. But he was actually behind a wall. So when I started to open fire, he ducked behind the wall. I'm like, where the fuck did he go? Because I was shooting through the fucking car and moving left, trying to suppress his fire and get him. But then he's like disappeared. And then fucking guys showed up from the 15th with a hard on and fucking just ran down, told him to stop shooting and just ran down and fucking got him. Dumb, because he had a shotgun pointing at him, but he gave up. Those two would have been fucking dead just so he can run in and get the fucking pinch. But worked out well. And you know what, man? I'm glad I killed a 1990 Toyota Camry. Didn't kill him. He was fucking crazier than a shithouse rat. He needed help. So, I definitely happy I didn't fucking kill that guy. And then I show up to the Dunkin' Donuts 2 weeks later. I'm like, this should be enough time. And the fucking blue Toyota Camry still there with fucking flat tires.
No
the fucking
kidding.
manager, the Indian dude, was just fucking cursing me out in Indian because his fucking car was still fucking beat up. So I wrote the number down to the fucking city solicitor and left.
I was gonna say the city didn't handle that at on scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They processed the car, but they just left it there.
No, I was gonna say usually they. James Dela Cruz asks, what would have been your second choice if you never made it into law enforcement?
An archaeologist.
For real?
Yeah, for real.
Okay. So you did 12 years. Why'd you get out?
I got injured on duty. I didn't mind. It was 2009, and then I started to see where the pendulum was swinging.
Yeah.
So I didn't mind riding that injury out, which I'm fucked up, man. I can't do certain things with my shoulder. I had my AC joint fixed up. But, I seen a lot of shit, man. I was in the 24th District, which is East Division. My sector was the 24th. It was Peace Sector. So in the entire city of Philadelphia, a two-man car would have to drop off the recorder for lunch, then come back, the recorder, hop in and drive, then the driver take lunch. That's what's supposed to happen. It doesn't happen. But we were the only car in the city that were allowed to take a lunch together because that's how busy our sector was. We were one of the busiest areas in the entire country. It was the #1 heroin corner, being Indiana. So you would literally fucking grab a whole crew, pull racks of heroin out of fucking hiding spots. Like I'm talking about like fucking 14, 15 racks. And by the time you're back at the fucking district, which isn't far away, there's a whole new crew out there with all new racks replaced. And it's just like a businessman just kept running. So that's one thing I didn't fuck with. I really didn't fuck with narcotics. It's an easy way to get yourself jammed up. I like stolen cars, you know, armed robberies, guns, shit like that, real police work.
Yeah.
The fucking
I think when you
stuff.
really do, when you do that shit, the more you do, I mean, the more you give yourself, the longer you're gonna, the shorter you're gonna last in that job. And like everybody, like Mike started kind of harping on it, like, oh, he did, like, what were you saying? Like, the night, like, oh, he didn't do 20 years. Like everybody's so like they get hung up on you didn't do 20 years. So it must have been bad. And here's the thing: you want to know how many years Derek Jeter played in the MLB? 19 years. He was in there for 19 years. Derek Jeter didn't do 20 years. Does that mean Derek Jeter doesn't get any, you know, it blows my mind. Military dudes. Oh, I did 4 years. I did 8 years. I did 12 years. I did 19 years in the military, medically retired. Like, oh, he's a shitbag. It must have been bad. Like
the condition, it's the new condition of cop. Like there's, I'm sure Nick agrees. This new generation of cops is soft. Not all of them, but in general. So the only thing they're hearing, because they don't know about like what Nick's talking about, which is chasing dudes down, shooting cars, shooting stuff that is real cop stuff. They think, oh, I'm here to do 20 years or 25 years. And that's all. And they don't have any, they're not really doing much through that 20 years. So it's like a game. But when you do it hardcore for 9, 8, 7, that's fucking a lifetime's worth of fucking mental illness and fucking work for anybody. Like anybody to see a Philadelphia dude, a fucking dump to deal with it, fucking that shit every day. You should have to do like 10 years and be done. Boston, 30 years. Come on, man. That's insane.
Yep. My time equals, no offense to suburb cops. My time equals fucking 30 years out in the suburbs. I didn't see everything that you can fucking possibly do.
Yeah.
There's a cap. There's a time where you go, and that was the recent when Tyler got shit on in that meme. It was like part of it was he only did 10 years. Like, what does that even mean?
He still did it.
Yeah, but to get out and do something else like this, it's like you're gonna shit on that. Like that's just cops in general, dude. Just find something to complain about and shit on.
Dude, they're the most jealous fucking people in the world, man. They really are.
They are. And
cops are their own worst enemy.
They are, and the hater mentality is real. I support law enforcement. I support cops wholeheartedly every day of my life. What I don't support is people in that job that don't want to be there anymore. I don't support you in that. I don't support you because guess what? You are going to blame everyone but yourself for your misery in that job. You are going to blame your coworkers. You are going to blame admin. You're going to blame the pendulum not swinging. You're going to blame the culture. Blame yourself. You are going to sit there for fucking 20 years because you're too fucking stupid to figure out you're in a job that you don't like. You used to like it, and now you don't like it anymore. So I don't support you. So if that's your fucking mindset, stay there. Sure, be hated by everybody. Be cynical, but don't do anything for your fucking self. I fucking realized about 6 years in, this might not be it. I realized about 8 years in, I'm building an exit strategy, and 9 years in, I implemented that exit strategy, and I'm out now. I did that for me. I didn't do it for anybody else. It is what it is.
Some of the guys,
but if you stayed and were dredged to the agency and just sat and did nothing and dodged calls, you'd be admirable because you stayed for 20. Like, oh, look, he stuck it out. You know, the guy didn't do a fucking thing for the next 10 years and put everybody
disappeared.
Disappeared out in the fucking field. We never could get a hold of them. And that becomes some cops, and they don't have an exit plan, so they just become mentally ill and they sit around and do nothing for 10 more years.
Yo, I can lie.
Does it what you did?
I've done that shit too, dude. I was a toad. You can ask 4 people, 4 cops that worked with me, you're gonna get 4 different answers, and they're all fucking right. You know what I mean? I got times where I was fucking discouraged and pissed off, and I did some toad shit, and I was fucking disappeared and ran.
You did that for
Red October,
years, 12
silent
years,
and deep.
And then somebody goes, well, he did his 25, so he's a good cop. No, that motherfucker worked 3 or 4 years, some of them, and then they did nothing the rest of their career. So,
I mean, you brought up that meme. I did that, Mike. I started a t-shirt company I would post on Instagram and call out. I remember specifically it was like Popo Medic and Donut Operator. And I was like, these fucking pussies are out of the job. And I was talking all kinds of crazy shit. Like I was a fucking Spartan warrior gladiator out there, man of the men, fucking, just out there, doing alpha cop stuff. And at the end of the day, it started really fucking not working for me. Every door was closing. I'm a firm believer in Christ, and I believe that Christ will slam doors in front of your face. And if you're too fucking stubborn and you kick those doors open, he's going to put concrete there. And you're going to get into weird, like, how did this happen? How did this not work out? People are going to be like, I've never seen this before. That's because you're too fucking stupid to realize that your path was to be a cop or to be whatever you wanted in life, but it's not there anymore. And you need to move on. Everybody gets jammed up with this retirement, this health insurance shit. Any motherfucker right now in this chat that thinks that they are going to fucking never work again after 20 years is insane.
Yep.
We are going to be working until the day our fucking heart stops or the day we're in hospice. We are going to be working. You got cops getting out and retiring. And I know there's some states that do take care of the cops and there's some agencies that do, but 95% of cops that retire have to go work because they can't afford health insurance. They have to.
Well, they don't and then plan it. Like you said, they're not thinking ahead. They don't even, you can go to, I can go to 10-year cops right now at the sheriff's office that are in FRS and go, hey, what is your percentage when you retire and how you looking for your finances? They're like, I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, so you don't even know what your own retirement is going to give you at the end. Well, let me give you a little hint. You're only getting 75% of your best 8 years in the state of Florida. I've said this time and time again. These guys are barely making it day to day on the 100% of their paycheck with overtime and free healthcare pretty much. When they leave, they foot the entire bill for healthcare. They're only getting 75% of their pay at the time they left. Then what do? Well, damn, I lost 25% of my income and I have to pay $1,000 a month insurance to keep my family insured. So my income just shrunk to like 60% of what I was making. Do you think a lot of cops are prepared to make 60% of their current salary and survive and live a normal life? Nope. They're going to be working at Safari. They're going to be working at Safari Land, some law enforcement sales company. They're going to be working at Home Depot, Lowe's, and they're going to work just as long and die, like you said, still working. So unless you're prepared,
that's okay to work those jobs.
It is.
It's okay to.
It is.
But don't think that you're not going to be working somewhere when you retire. So when you project this light at the end of the tunnel, this 20 years, I just got to make it, 25 years, whatever it is. And then you get there and then there's not this fucking paradise of money flowing in. It's like you did all of that. You wasted your prime in a job that you like. Here's the thing. If you guys like what you're doing, don't stop. Don't stop. But you will start feeling maybe this isn't it for me. I might in a couple years start not liking this job for real. Start fucking thinking ahead. If you're going to start a business, start it now. If you're going to go to school for something else to get a new career, start going to night classes. Like, this is all shit. I know I sound cliche, but you fucking can't wait until the day you're ready to fucking quit. I remember the day I put it in my papers. It was magical because I had set everything up for years. But if you don't do that and you have that day, and my day wasn't negative. I remember it. It was really cool to do. I worked really hard. But if you do get pushed to a point and you're like, fuck this, I'm out, you gotta have something.
If I didn't plan, dude, and I didn't even really plan to plan, but I did, they would have had me. I would have been in a predicament like I might have had to sell my house and do something when they decided to fucking shit can me and do what they did to me. But because I had fell into Copville and started a side business that was making money, when that day came, I was like, yeah, you thought you had me, but you didn't. And that is a good feeling. And that's what I think that your message is, that like, if you guys are going to you have to be ready for this day to come. Your use of force is coming and you're going to shoot somebody or you get into a critical incident. And if they turn their back on you and go like they did to Sal and say, hey, off you go, man, good luck. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with no job? So everybody should either be saving and investing. Sounds like the dumbest thing that I ever thought in my fucking lifetime. I'd be telling people to save money and invest. But saving and investing or preparing a second career, that's something you really, really, really want to do. Because if you're going to do it till you're like 60 or 65, You don't want to push a zone. You don't want to fucking tote a gun belt around. Find something like we do, a bunch of morons sitting behind a camera that, talking something that you can do and sustain, because the day's coming, man. The day's coming where it's your turn and you might not have any income.
You missed the job, Nick?
I can talk now?
You fucking.
I thought this was about my career.
This fucking guy that won't shut up at every intro and every spot.
That's what's about my career.
So happy I got to talk about myself this hour.
Well, I love the fucking tee up I gave you for Tiger King, and you go, so about Sal Andrade. I was like, okay, well, we'll talk about Sal. And then I was like, are you ready to talk? I was like, Nick's got a huge surprise. And he talked about something completely different. So, all right. I asked you about shootings. We got shooting. You fell and split your sack open once on video. That was pretty cool, right?
That wasn't police department. That was security work.
Okay.
I'm done. Let's move on. I lost my enthusiasm now.
Oh,
so I get out of the academy. I'm in the police department for about seven or 8 months. I get called to internal affairs. And I sit down. It's like out of the movies, and they fucking throw a bunch of pictures on the fucking table, and I'm like, "What the fuck did I get involved in?" Like, I haven't been here long enough. If I did, I didn't even know what was going on. You know what I mean? I'm like, "Fuck." Running through scenarios, it ends up being pictures of like the precursor to Antifa, a bunch of protesters. Like, what do you know about this? Like, fucking protesters? Like, I don't know. So I end up being recruited to work undercover and infiltrate the precursor to Antifa. So for several months, I walked around without a gun and a badge and dressed up like a dirtball and lived and played with the fucking scummy fucking scumbags in 2000 prior to the Republican National Convention in Philadelphia. So it was me and a small team. And it was pretty cool, man. It was a really good learning experience. Almost got me hired by Northampton to do like a 21 Jump Street because I looked real young. They wanted me to go to Council Rock High School and be a narc and go to school every day. But Philly wouldn't lend me out. They would have to hire me. And the guy running the narcotics program wanted his people to do it and didn't want to go outside. So I ended up getting fucked over for that, which is probably a good thing. I was 20 and would have got myself in trouble.
Yeah.
Being in fucking high school.
Yes.
Yeah, you would have.
Drinking. So, but it was cool, man. Like,
not the drinking. Not the drinking. 17 will get you 20, man. You gotta be careful.
Definitely the drinking.
Yeah.
But so during that, during the Republican National Convention, we were kind of like we were in with the top Antifa scumbags. Like we knew what they were planning, what we were doing. So we would just radio into our like talk, like what was going on, and they would move the fucking police, the police troops around and intercept them. And it was funny, dude, because I was there, like they couldn't figure out how the police were like one step ahead of them constantly. Like, dude, it was like a lot of $1 million in damage as is. But when it was over, they brought us into a room. And, dude, it was like out of a movie. There was fucking like computers everywhere, probably like fucking 15 different agencies. They pointed them out. They all stood up and clapped. They're like, you guys are heroes. You saved the city fucking millions of dollars. And, you saved fucking people from getting injured. It's pretty cool. And then we got thanked by write down what you want, where you want to go. Because that's normally the old school thing is you do something like that. They reward you with like a unit. So we wrote down that shit. And Timony, who was a commissioner who I fucking hate, he's dead. Fuck him, from New York. Flipped the fuck out. Said these fucking cops think we're going to put them somewhere for doing their job. Now they're all going to like to the 12th in the 17th district. So we went from something good and being praised to fucking trying to fight just to get back to our districts, which we did. And prior to that, we were taking pictures and surveillance. We ended up closing a shop down that dropped a balloon full of BBs on top of a cop who hurt a cop. They had warehouses of fucking like, I could say like artillery pieces, but civil unrest pieces and weapons to hurt police officers. So we shut it down. It made national news, and the commissioner flipped the fuck out. We had a meeting, and it was like the commissioner said that you guys will not be covered under the city. Whatever, if you guys get sued, you're on your own. So we had a meeting to decide whether or not we want to keep going or stop. So we all decided let's fucking keep doing it. Fuck Timony. So we went forward, and nothing happened from that. But yeah, he was a real piece of shit. But it was fun, man. It was a learning experience. Like during the Republic, it was a whole week long. So, we were running around. I got grabbed by highway guys and fucking hit with nightsticks and shit. I stopped. We had like a code word It was like Larry Evans, and then they were supposed to respond like fucking Nelson Rivers or whatever. And I ended up stopping in a mall, and I saw a whole bunch of. And remember, I'm dressed as a protester. A whole bunch of cops. And I go to the bathroom, and I'm pissing. And then again, right out of a movie, I'm not lying. The fucking door opens up, and 5 cops walk in with a sergeant, and they start putting their gloves on to fuck me up. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I give him the code word. He goes,
Larry
yeah.
Evans.
He goes, yeah, that's not working today. We know you scumbags found out about the code. So they're squaring off. I said, really? I said, who the fuck are you? And he gives me his name. I said, all right. I had a Nextel. I said, so you're telling me it's off? That doesn't work no more? He goes, that's what I'm telling you. So you better get ready. I said, well, I'm going to call the commissioner right here on my Nextel. I said, I'm a fucking cop working undercover, which I shouldn't even be fucking telling you this because of the code. He goes, show me your ID. I said, I'm fucking undercover. What don't you understand? I don't have my ID or my gun on me. What do you know? So I said, all right, I'm going to hit up fucking Timothy and explain that Sergeant whatever Marks decided that the code word doesn't work anymore. And you're changing the entire fucking program. So he fucking, he got a little nervous. He sent the fucking cops out, and we had a little fucking chat 101. I hit up somebody on the Nextel, like my captain Costello, and we fucking settled it. But he almost got himself in trouble. I almost got my ass beat.
I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna be like, so then they just proceeded to beat my ass.
No, I got out of it. But highway guys, I was walking by, grabbed me, threw me up on the wall, got hit with a nightstick in my fucking leg. The code we used, I spit out the fucking code then, and they were cool about it. And they're like, all right. And then he's whispering in my ear, and he's like, all right, I'm going to just fuck you around a little bit more just to make it look good for the other protesters. I cursed him out and ran away. It was fun, though, dude. You know, being a kid, I was 20 years old. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's like we talked about that. It's like The Departed.
Yeah, it was it was a great learning experience.
No one knows who you are. You look really young as fuck. We're actually going to utilize you in a really unorthodox way because of the circumstances. And, all right. Well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we will have HuckFinBarbell, a.k.a. Thomas Finn, on the show, who was contacted by G Money, who was contacted by Nick the Gun Guy.
Nick the Gun Guy.
A lot of work went in to get in touch with Thomas Finn. He's a great dude, and we're going to have him on as soon as we get back from this commercial break.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people. To detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
What's up, guys? We got a quick few other words. Not that one. I hate producing. Not that one. Not Rob O'Deal. Crave creatine. Go to trycrave.com. Use promo code antihero15. Save 15% on your creatine. We all need creatine for a magnitude of reasons. Pulls water into the muscles for size and definition. Up to 30% more strength. Up to 30% more muscle. When you take creatine, you give your body more power. That means you can lift more, recover faster, and stay sharp all day. Take your 3 gummies a day. That is all you need for your creatine for the day. And if you don't like it, they'll give you a full money-back guarantee. So go to trycrave.com. Use promo code antihero15 and save 15%. and Flatline Fiber Company. Go to flatlinefiberco.com. Use promo code ANTIER15 and save 15%. They have everything you need: rifle slings, IFAKs, dump pouches, and baseline bags. Since their founding in 2019, they have strived to create the highest quality gear with the real-world functionality. Trusted by SWAT teams, high-level military units, and police agencies and civilian shooters across the globe. They make gear you can trust. Made in America with a lifetime warranty. So go to flatlinefiberco.com. Use promo code ANTIER15. Save 15%. Like, you want to take goon tape?
Goon tape. If you're a tactical athlete looking for an edge, try our moisture activated ray tape. It's made in the ultra soft blend of synthetic fibers and natural cotton to keep you on target in the fight, even work when it gets wet. Plus, it's made proudly here in America. Make sure you go to goontape.com. Use code ANTIER15 for 15% off. They are OGs. They're liking our reels. They are great people, and their tape is amazing. So go to goontape.com. ANTIER15, 15% off.
And if you have trouble at checkout for whatever reason and your promo code isn't working, don't purchase, but send us a screenshot and we'll have that fixed immediately. All right, guys, without further ado, I'm super excited because nobody can see him on the bottom of the screen, but I can.
And so can I.
Huck Finn, everybody.
What's up?
Huck,
Cheers.
hold on.
That is up. Look at that setup.
Can you see me?
Oh, I can see you.
We turn this music off.
It's my favorite song.
Holy
Fucking
shit,
man.
man. I've been back here forever.
Man, he's got multiple camera angles too. Look at this guy. It's like he's done this before.
Man, I cannot breathe in that damn mask. I've been on that thing for like 15 minutes watching you guys
I
backstage.
know. He had it on for like 15 minutes.
Jesus, I had to get it off. First off, I want to fucking shotgun a beer right now. I got a lot of beer with me, so shotgun right here. Let's get that out of the way, right? Woo!
So
Dude,
how do you mix? How do you do the fitness with the beer? I think that's a question that I want to ask personally. You know, everybody says no alcohol. You got, you look like you enjoy your life. You're not ashamed of having a couple beers like the pure American that you are, but you also take care of your body.
Yeah, so I would never, ever stop drinking beer. You'd have to throw the goddamn dirt on me for me to stop drinking beer. That's number one. Number two, I've been bench pressing since I was in fucking 8th grade. I've never stopped. I've been doing that for like 30 fucking years. So I train every day like I still play for the Chicago Bears. So there's just, you can't get drunk every day, but there's a fine line. I eat like a bodybuilder. I drink like a fucking alcoholic. I fuck like a porn star. And I train like a powerlifter.
fuck yeah, man.
Pretty
You're
much.
like you're like
America.
a real life Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, I've met Stone Cold a few times. We drank some beers. They drank some beers at his house before.
Really?
A lot of people have said that if Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan fucked a Pabst Blue Ribbon can, that HuckFinBarbell would be the offspring. And here I am. Cheers.
Cheers to you, bro.
I have to say, when I started Instagram, I got on Instagram. You were one of the real. Got sent to me every fucking 4th of July. Every 4th of July, there was a fucking HuckFinBarbell fucking reel of you doing something absolutely amazing for like showing off your love for America, bodybuilding, and alcohol. So it's a pleasure to meet you, man. It's fucking funny as shit that I end up sitting here talking to you. It's cool.
Yeah. Nice to meet you guys. I had a long conversation with that guy up there in the van. I don't know what he's doing in a van. Driving around.
We don't want to know.
Free candy, baby.
Yeah, I couldn't get off the phone with this guy the other day. G Money.
I thought his boat video was fucking awesome. You need to see his video of him lifting weights on top of a fucking paramedic truck, an ambulance riding down the road.
That was
hysterical, man.
video.
I saw that one yesterday.
Yeah, so I mean, and you kind of came up in conversation because Nick, the most American man in America, created the all. What is it, Nick?
The all-American man. I don't think I could have picked a better fucking guy to start the initiation with than Huck Finn. Fucking dude is American.
Yeah, I love it, man. I have an acceptance speech as well. I wrote one out myself.
Fucking right, you did.
So,
Let's get this down.
Or you want
Hold
to?
on.
Hold on, wait.
Want to pull up the certificate, Tyler?
Give me 30 seconds.
No, we'll give him 30 seconds.
This is moving
I'm out
fast.
fucking drinking beer. It's 10 in the morning. I love it.
I got a certificate for you. Well, we'll present you with the certificate. Then we'll both pound a beer.
All right, let's do
And
that.
then
I
we'll-
love it. I'm
We'll
pounding
move
beer.
on, dude. That's part of the
Yeah, I need
initiation.
a fucking beer.
It's the only way a real American can get sent into, what are you calling this? The real or the All-American Hall of Fame or something?
The All-American Man Hall of Fame.
Yes, the
You're the first
All-American
inductee.
man. No fucking lady boys. Man.
That's right. No lefty blue-haired faggots allowed.
God, I love this show.
All right.
Chuck Norris is actually the first inductee, but that
Well, I
doesn't
mean,
count.
geez, he is a.
You know what I mean? He is the All-American man.
He is. He is.
It
Rest
was
in peace.
created that day.
Oh,
Here we go.
Badass.
The All-American Man Hall of Fame. Huck Finn, 2026. You're the first inductee. Raise your beer. Salute.
Salute, brother.
I spiked this.
God damn, that's good. Air horn. All right, I got a little acceptance speech, my friend.
Hit it.
Of course, HuckFinBarbell won this award because I can outbench you, I can out-squat you, and I can out-deadlift you. I'm Huck Finn, and you're not. All you fucking California sweat hogs out there can suck my blue-collar cock. The only people I'm thinking for this award are the young hillbillies out there. They're the real fucking Americans. Those L.A. lady boys that sip lattes, I fucking shotgun beer at 10 a.m.
Damn. I don't know. I'm like speechless on my own show.
Fuck yeah.
God,
What's-
I love this shit.
So I saw you made a shirt and you kind of explained the meaning of the shirt. After 24 beers, you created design, which is it said like fuck young LA or something. What's young LA? Are you talking about the youth of LA? Or are we talking about
All right, so they got this got beer everywhere. I got this company called Young LA, and they're promoting the fucking pussification of America pretty much down these kids' throat. I see they have this giant booth. I go to this thing called the Arnold every year. Arnold Schwarzenegger's event, right?
Yeah.
And I've been going there for years, and I do a 21 beer salute to people come drink beer with me, come to my booth, or I get invited to booths, and it's fucking awesome. I mean, if you could pull up any reels on here, that last one I did was insane.
Yeah,
So I noticed this LA, Young LA booth, which was huge, like $1 million booth. And it is the exact opposite of the fucking shit I believe in. Like they got fancy cars, latte drinking, nobody drinking beer. I mean, if I had the goddamn booth, I'd have fucking pickup trucks, ugly ass strippers, a full bar, right? Double decker. I'm talking about a country band, fucking Hank Williams Jr. playing on the stage and just fucking having a good time. This is not that. So, and I see that these kids, all these kids are there. And there's a fucking real American right there.
Yeah. So you said this reel was in your Instagram?
Yeah, scroll down a little bit. Keep going.
Oh, that's you. It's so cold.
Yeah, right there.
keep
Yeah.
going.
So that's me talking shit about Young LA. You can play that one right there. I'm pointing. That one.
Is that Joey Swole?
Yeah. Yeah. So I got a little thing going with Swole too. Like I think the opposite way he thinks too. He's making fun of these beautiful women for being in a gym part naked. I mean, why are you saying it's disgusting? That's disgusting. The most disgusting thing I ever seen was at a truck stop at 3 a.m. These beautiful women are not fucking disgusting.
I concur.
Yeah. Can you play that one right there? I'm fucking talking about LA.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Fuck LA! LA sucks dick with their assholes! Next year, you're gonna have young fucking hillbillies, HuckFinBarbell style! Fuck California! They suck! Young LA!
Dude,
Fuck LA!
Oh, yeah, that's in front of their booth there. And I just, man. And I saw these kids. And I'm like, dude, I need to fucking, if I'm going to change something in this world right now, it's going to be the youth of America. I'm going to make them into young hillbillies, into real men is pretty much what it is.
Yeah, dude. Could
They
you
must be
imagine
fucking
being
terrified.
Dude, can you imagine being the security guard and they point at you and go, "Hey, we need you to go throw that guy out"?
Yeah, so the cops there all love me because like they've known me from the internet, and the cops literally give me patches. They gave me a beer helmet the other year, and the firemen there, they all every year they know me. So if anything ever happens, like one time Rain called the cops on me, Rain, the energy drink, which I fucking hate Rain now because of that. They can go fuck off. They're like, hey, we're going to call the cops. This guy's, being drinking beer and all this shit. The cops come over. They know who I am. They're like, don't worry, brother. We'll take care of this. They go over and tell Rain, if you fucking say a thing about Huck Finn again, we're going to kick you guys out of here. It was fucking awesome. It was like the greatest thing ever. Like, they thought they had me, right? These two jerk-offs from Rain. Wrong again. Wrong again. It was one of the greatest things I ever saw in my life, their faces.
Yeah, what's the 21 beer salute look like?
Say what?
What's the 21 beer salute?
Yeah, pull the 21 beer salute up. It was right below that.
All right.
Yeah, it was right below that video. Right there where I'm standing on top, flicking everybody off on top of that rack there. There it is.
Let's go!
Fire. It's the highlight of the world right here, boys. I almost fucking stage dive off the top of that, but I'm hungover as hell here, too.
You can see you're like, I don't know if I can trust these people.
Dude, when I got up there, and I'm saying I drank till 3 a.m. before this, and I had this meet and greet at high noon. I was like, fuck, man, I don't want to be Huck Finn today. I don't even want to drink a beer. But once I had that first beer in me, I walked in there and I saw that crowd. I was like, it's fucking go. It's go time. Hit that switch. It's like that movie Over the Top when he turns that hat backwards.
Yes.
Boom. I drank the motor oil. I come in there and I just fucking kicked ass.
So hair of the dog.
Keep going, man, at 40.
How do I keep going? There's nothing else I know. There ain't nothing else I know, man. I mean, it's a little tougher than it used to be. Yeah, but God, you get in those crowds like that. Yeah, fuck, I'd do anything,
Yeah.
Just that atmosphere, that fuel to the fire.
I will tell you this, man. Whenever any man cuts down drinking, you go back to having I'm going to drink again, dude. It is like being hit with a freight train. You'll never get it back. So if you're able, this sounds like awful advice, but it's true. If you like to drink alcohol, and then you like, hey, I'm gonna have a healthier lifestyle. Just know that's awesome and great for you, but you are never gonna go back to what that was because your body was like, fuck that, dude. That shit's poison. So I commend you for the 24 beers.
Oh, yeah, it's rough. Yeah, you wake up, but it's like, man, you fucking pussy. Let's go. These guys are counting on you. There's no way, man. That hangover from that weekend was probably 4 days long before I got back to normal.
I've been there. So let me ask you, when's the Huck Finn Beer Olympics going to take place in your 40 acres? I think that's something that needs to happen.
I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that out here, and it might happen this summer. I've been thinking about it. I almost started something last year, right? I also want to get a band out here. It's kind of a whole thing, maybe Huck Finn stock or something. Where just crazy shit just goes down for a fucking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dude.
Get it sponsored?
Yeah, of course. That Real American Beer was sponsoring me before Hogan passed away. I'm good friends with Nick and then and his dad, Hulk. But after that, all that thing happened. It kind of went downhill after that. So I don't know what's going on with that company or not. I think they've changed quite a bit of stuff.
That's a shame. The beer's good.
Yeah, no, I've drank a lot of that beer, brother. I drank a lot of it. When Hogan passed away, I think they're getting sued. Maybe it's just stuff I've read in the news. I'm not sure what's going on with who owns it or what.
Your chance, man. Your chance now to the fucking Huck Finn Real American Beer. I mean,
fuck yeah,
Real Huck Finn American Beer.
That's right there, man.
I like that a lot, man.
That's a fucking great idea, man. I mean, what better commercial for that than the fucking dude bench pressing fucking on top of an ambulance doing fucking beer shots?
Right, dude.
That's what I said.
That doesn't get you excited. Every cop, every briefing should have that fucking video playing every morning before you go out on the fucking streets.
Yeah, I fucking love it.
Look at this fuck. You're defending the country for this fucking guy to be as American as it gets. We're gonna watch this video every morning. Yes. And we're gonna get fucking pumped up. And we're gonna go out and do our job.
Why we do it, boys?
That's getting me chills right now in my fucking barn gym, man.
There it is, man. That's the fucking video we should be watching, and not these fucking DEI fucking bullshit videos. Fucking de-escalation and all that fucking faggot shit. We need Huck Finn
De-escalate.
every morning in briefing, fucking pounding beers, fucking benching fucking steel plates, and then we get fucked up and we go out and fucking put bad guys in jail. That's what this fucking country needs.
I love it, man.
That's what it needs.
Dude,
Man,
what do you got planned for this July 4th?
Oh, well, listen,
You've been working on it?
Oh, of course I have been. My wife heard this idea and she started crying. So I know it's a good idea. That's how good it is, right? I got a guy not too far from here that has a airplane and he is a pilot.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I've been by land. I've been by sea. So next it's going to be by fucking air. I'm talking about wing walking, my friend.
Oh, yes. Biplane.
I'm going to get fucking, they're going to have me in some kind of get up. I don't know if it's going to happen yet. This is my dream, though. This is what I've been talking to this guy about. To get fucking strapped into a wing while chugging a beer low enough so I can have a recording from the ground, one on my head and one in the cockpit, right? And somehow, I don't know how, because somehow I got to incorporate lifting weights at the same time. I don't know if that's going to be possible.
Dumbbells.
That's going to be hard exiting the aircraft under the wing. You're just going to take off on the wing.
On the wing. Yeah. So I take off on the wing. We get high enough, obviously, so it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But if I might have to use like foam fucking fake.
Yeah, so I was thinking, like, I don't think the fucking plane can fly sideways.
No,
yeah. It's gonna be like,
and if I put the weight on
it is. You're probably big enough too big for the fucking wing.
That's what,
Yeah,
that's what we've been saying.
You might need a fucking counterweight on the other wing.
Yeah, we get like a dispatcher or somebody put on the other side.
Maybe we got somebody in. Maybe Nick the gun guy can be on the other side.
There you go.
Yeah. Or you can get certified and chug a beer and do a backflip off that wing.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Skydive.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Yeah, skydiving would be great too. I'd do that in a heartbeat. Nick the gun guy's on here. I fucking met that guy at a fucking Applebee's. I was drunk in an Applebee's by the fucking what's that place where the Can't Make Bucks play at? He comes in there. I'd like put my location on there, and I'm getting fucking hammered in Applebee's. Here comes Nick the gun guy in there. That's the first time I met the guy. Good dude.
Good dude.
What
Hammered at Applebee's.
What state are you in?
I'm in Illinois, actually, and it's not the best state. Where I live is great, but yeah, I definitely want to move south as soon as I can. Right now, I've got the job kind of holding me here.
Oh, you one of those guys that we just talked about?
You don't feel very Illinois to me. That's what I'm saying. I was like, damn, dude, this.
Now, a lot of people call me a Shanky, a Southern Yankee.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. And the way of life I like to live, obviously where I live is beautiful, and I'm in a great spot. But a lot of Illinois, especially near Chicago, which is probably the worst. The only time I've ever been in there is for a Chicago Bears game. Other than that, yeah, I don't even know how somebody could live in a city, any city. You know, if I had to choose of living on a remote area with no motherfuckers around, why would you not want to live there? I don't get it. Why would you want to drive in traffic every day?
Where are you at in Illinois? The South?
I am about 2 hours southwest of Chicago. So out in the cornfields and shit. I'm surrounded by cornfields and
can bench
woods.
press on ambulances. You can't do that in Chicago.
No, you can't. No.
All the ambulances are full of fucking gang members.
There's a whole fucking line of people celebrating on the side, too. It's fucking great.
My goddamn neighbors, they're the mullets. They're a whole family of mullets, man. And they're the closest neighbors to my house, and I love those guys. They're fucking crazy. Bush Light, I mean, they got the guy gets drunk all the time. Remember the first time I moved into this place, which is a nice place, and he goes, "What do you do?" Somebody said you like get paid to fucking drink beer. I said, "Yeah, I do actually, brother." And he goes, "God damn, I drink a lot of beer, man. Can you get me paid to drink beer?" I said, "Follow my footsteps, my friend." So I'll be lifting weights, and I'll pull up the barn doors here, and he'll just come on a side by side and fucking just drink beer while we're all lifting weights. He's never lifted a weight in his life.
Yeah, he's
doing 12-ounce curls.
He's got to join into that.
Bush Lights the whole time. God damn.
When did you start lifting? You said 12?
Yeah, so my dad was a construction worker. He come home from work covered in cement dust, and I remember him specifically moving the fucking coffee table out and throwing it away and putting a weight bench in its spot. I would bench press, you drink PBR, and yell, build the chest, fuck the rest. And that's how I got started into weightlifting, right? And then obviously, then we built a dungeon. We called it, was just a garage.
Yeah.
Geez, he must have found somebody.
Fucking Washington's trying to get in here.
One of the kids actually did a double take, so we had to go try to get him in, but he ran too fast.
The candy bar,
there's a
the
fucking
candy bar,
box.
the fishing pole outside. Almost
Candy, come see Uncle Nick.
Went. So
They had to get Huck in here. Free beer.
I'm right now. I'm outside of your van. Do you see me?
That's a good skit, man. You just set beer cans out and Huck just sitting there chugging one until it gets in your van.
Yeah. So my old man Pappy, he just yelled at me and he taught me how to lift weights. He didn't teach me much except working out and being a crazy son of a bitch. So it just came on. Like I kept training and through high school, I was fucking benching like 400 pounds. I was the strongest guy in high school. I was like a sophomore.
Really?
And then it just, I went to college. I failed out several times. I cut my finger off lifting weights, which that's a whole nother story, man. I cut my pinky off lifting weights. I have the pinky still over here in a jar, right? So every year on Thanksgiving, we drink a shot of wild turkey with the pinky and the wild turkey for the last 20 years. My dad swallowed it 2 years ago.
Wait,
and
is it like preserved?
No, it's just black and it's shriveled up.
And
Let's see it.
You want me to go get it?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Let me go
Kind
get
of.
it. It's on the shelf over here. Hold on, take a minute.
Fuck yeah.
You want me to go get it?
Dude, I think I got to end the All-American Man fucking Hall of Fame.
Just
Never be
with
this
him and
good.
Chuck Norris?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anybody
it.
else that can get in.
Nah, I'm done. He ruined it. It's fucking over.
I wouldn't want to follow that up.
Nope.
Yeah, so it's in I got it in a pre-workout container. This is my pre-workout HFB supplements. This is called, I don't know what this one is. This is Summertime Blues. So I got to open the top off. There's a sock in there. See a sock?
Yep.
Then a medical thing. Medical thing. Hold on. Then you unscrew the medical thing or whatever, pills.
I bet it stinks like shit.
And here it is, boys. That's the tip.
Just
Right there. Of my pinky.
See how he swallowed it.
Can you see it?
Yeah,
Yep.
we got it.
Right there.
So how did you do it? Was it between dumbbells?
Yeah, two dumbbells, two like 100-pound dumbbells. I didn't notice the other one, like a 100-pound dumbbell on the ground and whatever, another dumbbell. I didn't notice them on the ground. So I went to drop it, like I was on a bench, and I went to drop the weights, and it got caught like a guillotine. Boom. Cuts it off.
Oh.
And it didn't hurt that much. And I looked at my finger, and I was pissed. I thought it was my fingernail. I was like, God damn it, I just lost my fingernail. I look at it again, and it's a bone hanging out and the fucking blood everywhere. I was like, oh, fuck. So I went up to my coach that was there, and I said, I had my finger all wrapped up, and I said, hey, coach, I cut my finger. He goes, I'm an idiot. He's like, shut the fuck up, Finn. Go back to work, And I said, hey, better look at it, brother. And he looks at it, open it up, he almost starts puking. He's like, get to Doc Riley's office now. And the trainer, and they fucking take me to the emergency room. Guy comes in there, looks like Fire Marshal Bill. Fucking trying to sew my finger back on. I say, hey, sew it on backwards. So my fingernail goes out reverse. And he wouldn't do it. Anyway, long story short, I get home and the finger doesn't take. So I go to the emergency room, think I have gangrene. And they said, no, it's just not circulating properly. It probably will. Give it time. I did. And then part of it turned black, and I fucking cut it off again at the gym about 3 months later. It got black and then hard and fell off again.
Did you go
So
back to
I'm
the
assuming
hospital?
some of the
Did you
problem
with it.
I never went back to the hospital again. No. I picked the finger up, put it in my pocket, finished my workout, went home.
So I'm assuming that one of the issues is that you crushed it off. You didn't slice it off. So I'm sure the blunt trauma of trying to connect, like it was crushed off. I still can't wrap my mind around how it didn't hurt or anything, but that sounds awful.
Yeah, I can feel the pinch. Like I said, I thought it was a fingernail that kind of came up. It didn't feel like it was like I cut my finger off, I mean, the night before, it was right before our last game of the season, so I drank so much beer, I fell down the stairs, and I couldn't get my cowboy boot off because my ankle was so swollen, so I thought I was fucked there. I couldn't play the next week, And then the next day, I cut my finger off. Then my ankle didn't hurt no more. It's like that guy that said his mama died, but then he got kicked in the nuts by a mule.
Yeah. Want me to show you something about pain? Oh, man. Man, that is fucking crazy, dude.
Dude, I think you ruined the All-American Man Hall of Fame. I don't think I can fucking induct anyone else after you. It might be over.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody can hold these shoes, brother. Or this thing.
I think it's done.
You can't even hold my dead pinky.
You couldn't hold my goddamn dead pinky, motherfucker.
What I mean, so
go ahead, Tyler.
Go ahead. I was gonna ask you'd ever so professional athleticism or athletics was never in the question for you. Never really sought that out. You said you failed out of college, or
no? I honestly thought I'd go Division I football. I was an all-state football player in high school, but I was dumber than shit. Got a 15 on my ACT. Didn't care about school. I love partying, working out. I mean, that's pretty much my life right now. The same thing I did.
I was gonna say
15 or 17 is the same thing I'm doing at fucking 40 years old. So
work. Party.
Yeah, and then I fucking was going to go to junior college, all these big schools. I was going to go to NIU, Northern Illinois University, which was I knew the recruiter very well. He'd been to my house, and pretty much everybody said the same thing. At 15, I remember my guidance counselor said, a monkey could do better than that and score a higher score than that, Mr. Finn. I said, well, maybe next time we fucking have the monkey do it, And I ended up going to a smaller school down in Southern Illinois, which got me in. And I was like, yeah, I'll go. Instead of going to junior college, I'll go over there. I know the ACT score goes away after 1 year. I do pretty good there, 2.3 grade point average, which was one of my best grade point averages. I transferred to a community college to go to Northern, and my grades go way down. Was not good. Went to school a couple more times and ended up failing out and working construction after that for a while. I remember when he called me and said, yeah, we can't get you in. And I was like, well, I ain't going to school no more. The only reason I went was to go to play football.
Yeah.
So all those kind of dreams went away. And then when I was around 30 years old, I become one of the best powerlifter. I was the best powerlifter in the world for a few years, top 5 of all time. And I went to this thing called the Animal Cage, which is inside the Arnold. And a bunch of WWE recruiters were there and emailed me. And I was planning on, I had an invited tryout, which they had 2 times a year then. And 2 weeks before my invited tryout to the WWE, I get flown out to California, those fucking California sweat hogs. This guy named Mark Bell, who owns Slingshot. His brother's Chris Bell. He's made a movie called Bigger, Faster, Stronger, one of my favorite documentaries, okay? I go out there. We do all these crazy videos. I bench press 585 fucking pounds at 220. And when in the process of doing it, I tear my pec tendon off the bone, my first injury of all time. Did not know how bad it was at the time. I fly home. I had to have surgery. I tell the guys from WWE I can't make the tryout because of the surgery. Should be ready to go in 6 months. Takes a while. I come back from that surgery, tell the guys at WWE, hey, listen, I'm ready to go for the next tryout. Let me know I'm 100%. Oh, yeah, we'll let you know. And then, a couple months pass by, a couple more months, and they say, yeah, actually, your age is becoming kind of an issue now. So, good luck with your future. And that was it with that. So that was kind of the last involvement in any type of professional thing there. Yeah. And I thought at that time, I'm like, fuck, I fucked everything up. At that point, I had shit. I'm just fucking prison guard. I don't know what am I going to do? I got nothing. I'm fucking stuck here, I guess. But little did I know, the best was yet to come. And I invented HuckFinBarbell, the apparel company, and everything else. And I fucking had some of the best times I've ever had in my whole life. I've met my 2 heroes was Hulk Hogan, okay, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And both of those guys fucking asked to see me. I mean, not many people can say that they invited me out to see them. So, yeah, those are some of the biggest things that's come out of this whole HuckFinBarbell gimmick and the, not really gimmick. I mean, this is the way I live my life. It's just on screen now. But since all the stuff that's happened with social media and shit like that.
Any chance of that 21 beer salute of you just doing fucking 21 beers in a row?
Oh, I do that in a heartbeat. I mean, I was on a
Yeah.
podcast. I've been on a lot of fitness podcasts, and one of the biggest ones in the world's Elite FTS. So I was out there in Ohio, and I drank 22 Real American beers in 3 hours out there. So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind I would definitely maybe do that. If we do have a booth, like I was saying, the Young Hillbilly booth, I would 100% do that. It would be a feat of strength like nobody's ever seen. Yeah, there's the boat video. This is my website.
Fucking great, dude. This is one of my favorite videos of all time.
Oh God, there's a good story behind that video too. Yeah, so there's this Fuck Young LA shirt. So that's selling like a fucking motherfucker. And the Young Hillbilly, that's the new brand there.
Love it. What's the story?
With Young Hillbilly or the story
No,
behind
with the boat. With
so
the boat.
So my buddy down the street, Cowboy Cam, said, "Hey, I found this boat this guy's getting rid of. It ain't got no motor or anything on it. But I'm gonna get it. It's free." I said, "Yeah, bring it over to my house. We'll store it over here. I'm sure we'll find something to do with it." So 4th of July's coming up. I'm like, dude, we gotta do something with this fucking boat. So we go and get a bunch of illegal fireworks because we're in Illinois. And we go to this fucking park that doesn't allow drinking, does not allow boats, does not allow fireworks, does not allow anything. So we fucking haul that boat. There's no motor on it. So we have to get like a 200-foot fucking rope, right? And then I paddle myself all the way out towards the center of this lake while people are fishing. And then I just start lighting off all the fireworks, right? And then I got the fucking weight, which is it's 225. So I get it, and it fucking throws me forward on the boat. The boat moves. So in my head, I'm like, if it fucking goes in the water, I'm going with the boat or with the weights in the water, and I just won't see me again. All the fireworks go off, and you think I drowned, right? That would be the video.
Plan B.
Yeah, that was plan B right away in my head. I'm thinking that, either way, it's going to be a great video. So it ends up, I get it back up. I do it. We do the whole 9 yards. Fucking some of the guys who are fishing are laughing their ass off. Some are fucking pissed, There's this old couple, it's like 80. Remember, the old guy's like, "Hey, Mildred, you better get out here. This guy's going to do something stupid." So they loved it. They're recorded from their fucking, flip phones. And it just turned out fucking awesome, man. And then my buddy had to pull me all the way back in, and fucking cops we got to get the hell out of there, right? Fireworks are going off. People are calling the cops. We're fucking drinking, shooting fireworks off. I mean, it was an epic video, man. And then, like I said, it has been my most viral video of all time. If you don't know me or don't recognize me, they'll be like, "Hey, that guy in that boat video?" And they'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I've seen that boat video."
Yeah, that's kind of what happened here.
I played that and said, "Someone help me find this guy." And in 10 seconds, Nick's like, "I got his number. I know him."
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. I love it. That's the power of social media, man. So times have changed. 15, 20 years ago, none of this shit would happen.
Nope.
Now I know people all around the world. Obviously, I've grew a business from the palm of my hand. I don't know shit about business. I'm dumber than fuck. Luckily, my wife, Mrs. Barbell, she's smart. I mean, she had her master's degree. And she was a teacher or some shit like that. And she quit her job to run our business that took place originally out of our garage. Luckily, we made enough money now to buy a compound. She's got her own shop on her property.
Where'd you meet her at?
Typical love story, Country Thunder. It's a 3-day country musical festival. I was in a man-thong and cowboy boots, and I introduced myself to her. Yeah, fucking fell in love, man. Fucking drinking beer.
Love at first sight.
Yeah, Dad, how'd you meet Mom?
all I brought was a fucking couch that I found on the side of a road. A garbage couch I threw in the back of my pickup truck. I drove the Country Thunder. I brought 10 hot dogs, 10 cases of beer for 3 days. That was it. And that's how I met her. I never had all these people have tents or RVs. I'm sleeping in a fucking couch in the middle of a cornfield for Country Thunder, just getting shit-faced drunk and have the best time of my life, man.
Yeah.
How
So
long ago was that?
That was shit. That's been a long time. I don't even know. Probably 19 years ago, maybe now.
That's like, you ever been to a Jimmy Buffett fucking tailgate?
No, I have not been to Buff. I heard it's good.
Dude, similar to you, I walked around in a monkey thong and fucking flip-flops. That was it.
Yeah, that's the best, man.
And
chicks
chicks
love
love
it.
playing with the monkey too, dude. It's fucking hysterical. It's
Oh,
literally
the
my dick in the
do?
fucking monkey thong. But yeah, you put a little cute fucking character on it. They put
That's
it in
called
their
sexual
mouth,
assault,
taking
Nick.
pictures.
I think that is sex. You put a little character on it.
You guys want to play with the monkey?
Yeah, I learned that back in Panama City, 2003 on spring break. I fucking went to a fucking store, bought a thong, bought a bunch of Banana Boat, and I told all the girls I work for Banana Boat. I'm a professional oil boy. I fucking met every chick on the goddamn beach, man. I've been doing this shit for years. The greatest fucking thing I ever thought of. Better than the fucking Young Hillbilly thing.
Man, so you have your own compound.
Yeah, we're on 10 acres out here, and got like my house is out here. Obviously, this barn gym, which it's about 2,200 square foot gym, and then we have our shop in the middle of it, where she makes all of our apparel and ships out of there and everything else.
Is that where we're gonna have the Olympics?
Of course, man. They'd be sleeping out here in the goddamn barn. I got all kinds of shit in here.
How did you handle that transition from like just a dude that's drinking beer in a thong to like a businessman, and how like what changed for you? Like, I know your personality surely didn't change, but when you had to like make these critical business decisions and get up, like how did that go for you?
So when I got flown out to Mark's gym back then, when I tore my pec tendon off the bone back in 2016, I saw how he's running things, and I'm like, man, this motherfucker ain't shit. He's making all this goddamn money. He ain't better than me. He can't out fucking bench me. So that makes me the fucking king. You know what I mean? So I go home, and now I'm hurt, and with all these thoughts, and I was sponsored by a company called 8 Man Strong, which sponsors a lot of UFC fighters and stuff, which that's a whole nother thing where I got some good stories about that too when we flew out there and fucking all kinds of shit. But long story short, I said, 8 Man, could you guys make me 100 shirts that say okay, bye on it? Because at the end of every video I always said okay, bye, because of this guy who was, how do you say it, mentally challenged that grew up down the street from me. He would look at me in middle conversation and just say, okay, bye, and take off. So me and my dad used to say always, okay, bye. It's the easiest way to end anything. If I want to get off here right now, I just say, okay, bye, and just leave, right? So I put those on a shirt, and I sold 100 shirts in a day. And I'm like, oh, man, we're on to something. So then I said, hey, could you put build the chest, fuck the rest on a shirt? 3 months later, another 100 shirts in like a day or two. And then my wife got pregnant by me. And she's like, hey, I don't want to be a teacher anymore. I want to, raise the kid and everything. And I said, well, we have to have this much money to survive. Why don't we just fucking make shirts? Fuck, if we can sell this many, we could easily survive and just learn how to make shirts. So, okay. So I waited on Craigslist then when a shirt company went out of business. What do you call it? Ink printing or screen printing company went out of business near Chicago. And I seen it kept going down in price. And I'm like, all right, let's go lowball them. I'll get this shit cheap. So I go in there. I lowball them. They accept. And they're like fucking Russian or something. One guy's not even speaking fucking English. And it's over by O'Hare Fields. And I said, hey, all right, I'll be back. And I pay him, but I pay him in, what's that shit called? I don't know what they call that. The fucking shit on the phone.
Oh, like Cash App or something?
No, the one that hillbillies use.
Venmo?
Yeah, like Venmo, but not Venmo. It's the other one.
PayPal.
Anyways, I pay him through PayPal. That way, if something happens, I get my money back. Right? So I go fucking get this fucking U-Haul truck to get all this shit. And I pick my brother-in-law up, and he's fucking nervous as hell. He's scared, I come out, this guy's fucking yelling a different language and shit, and this other guy's like, hey, listen, this, you didn't pay us, you owe us like $800. I'm like, I owe you fucking shit, motherfucker. And my fucking brother-in-law's eyes are like fucking saucers. And he just stops. And he's like, well, they took money because it's a gift. I don't know what it was. Whatever. And I said, no, we made the deal. I pressed accept. You did. Gone. I said, fucking Brandon, get all the shit loaded up right now. And I'm like, dude, watch your back. They might fucking shoot us. So keep fucking loading the shit. Let's get the fuck out of here. Luckily, they didn't have my address. And we got out of there, took it all the way home. put it in my 2-car garage at my last house, and then Mrs. Barbell learned how to fucking screen print, and the fucking business took off. I didn't know if it would take off or not. You never know. It's just a risk we took, and it's the fucking best risk I ever took. And luckily, she knows a little bit of shit about business and everything else. She handles everything except for like the videos and how I market it, which I've organically, is that how they say that shit in LA? Organically marketed everything through HuckFinnBarbell, pretty much my Instagram. I've never paid 1 cent for fucking shit. When all these other fuckers are paying, you know, whatever they pay, and they have their own team. My team is me sitting here doing this. I call it drinking, thinking, right? So I'm sitting out here drinking, thinking. I'm just fucking writing dumbass ideas down, man. And some of them hit like a motherfucker. Like this thing up here. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. Fuck, I don't got it. It says, deport anyone who can't bench their body weight. And that shirt sold like a fucking motherfucker for 2 years, right? And the other one of my other good hits was this Liver King guy claims to be, when he first came out, he's a Liver King and all this shit, and he's eating testicles, you know? And I say, no, the real Liver King is Huck Finn, because my liver is king, right? And I say at the end of this video where I'm fucking walking through the woods with fucking 4 cases of beer and a backpack of beer on me, I say one more thing. Real alphas don't eat testicles. They eat pussy. Okay? Bam, I put that on a fucking shirt, and it sold one of the highest sellers we've ever had. Ever.
Yeah, I heard I was on a podcast recently, and he was talking about it. He's like, you know, a husband and wife couple are the best because, and as far as business, because a CEO a visionary can't be the CEO. The guy with the ideas that's got the vision is not a good person to be running it, because somebody has to go, love it, but let's control it, let's tame it, let's box it, let's ship it. Like, we've got to, it's got to make sense business wise. And the visionary is like, let's go, I got all these ideas. And so it is a perfect combo of, you know, doing stuff like that. Me and my wife do that, you know, and it works because I have all the ideas in the world. If it was up to me, I'd have 18 businesses. Sometimes it just doesn't work.
She tries to obviously reel me in all the time. I remember when I came out with that testicle t-shirt, she's like, I don't know. You put pussy and testicle on a shirt. I'm like, just fucking put it out there. We'll see if it sells. It sells. Doesn't.
I'm getting
who's going to want to buy this? Who's going to want to buy it? It's our best-selling shirt ever, you know? There's just some you just don't know, man. That's why I was never afraid to put fuck on a shirt, because why would I put like F and then like a hashtag or whatever the fuck it is? And
the at symbol, yeah.
No. I'm Huck Finn. I would never do that. So why would I do it on a shirt? You're going to buy
it. You're the audience that would also not give a fuck that it's on a shirt. Like, you don't want some fucking purple-haired fucking fag buying it either. You want your fucking real hardcore American buying it. So they're going to buy it.
Tyler, you guys need to bring this dude back. I got news for you, pal. I'm the new fucking co-host.
This is the NWO takeover.
Yeah, this is the revolution.
Yeah. But what you said about your marketing that's why it's so important to, if you have your own brand already, and when I mean brand, I mean personality or outreach, is that you don't have to worry about like meta ads saying we're not going to promote that shirt, or Facebook, or like Facebook store or Instagram store. Like, we're not posting any of this because it's offensive. Like, you already have your own marketing, organic, like, right? You know, so that's super important, and not be subject to fucking meta or just really the PC
they
culture.
Kicked me off fucking Twitter before Elon Musk bought it. I had a huge following on Twitter. They kicked me off for nothing, for being a man. You know, I know at that time they were saying shit. If you said stuff about COVID or politics or all the other shit, they'd kick you off. I was just fucking drinking beer, being a motherfucker, and that was it. And they throw me off. I'm like, what the fuck is this, Nazi Germany? For Christ's sakes. You can't be a man in this country anymore. I put a thing on there saying I'm training to beat the Russians because I fucking hate Russia, okay? So I'm fucking doing pull-ups over here, and they say, oh, no, that's offensive. Offensive?
No, Huck.
In 1980, that was not offensive. Have you ever seen Rocky IV?
Huck,
Go
We
on.
got a
sorry.
guy you need.
Sorry for the
We got a
rant.
guy you need to debate. He's a commie.
Oh God! You see my shirt? It says "fuck communism." That's another one that's sold like a motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll
When
have
did
to
you drop
bring
that
you on.
Deport shirt?
I don't know if
What's
he's
that?
ready for that, dude.
Yeah, this
When
poor
did you
guy's
drop
not ready
that
for you.
Deport shirt?
We dropped it a year ago, January. So about
I'd
15
redrop
months
it
ago?
again, dude.
Yeah, no, it's out. It's on the site. We just restocked it a month ago. I sold out of every. We have all these banners. There might be one left now. There might not be. I don't think. Maybe there's not. But I have a banner and then obviously the shirt that's deport anyone who can't bench their body weight.
That's fucking great.
And that doesn't apply to women. Okay, that's just men.
We got a super chat. Chodzilla. I'm listening to this while taking my grandma to the doctor, and Huck has made her laugh several times. Much appreciated. Build the chest. Fuck the rest.
Chodzilla, thank you very much, my friend. Good luck to your grandma.
Grandma's fucking joining the gym right after the doctor. She's fucking.
Yeah,
she's
dude.
fucking inspired.
I gotta bench my body weight.
Grab another beer.
Yeah.
I've already went through 3 beers. I got to grab one more. Hold on.
All right. Give him a countdown. He's only got 4 minutes to drink it.
He'll get it
I
in.
think it'll be done.
He just drank. He drank one in 1.5 seconds.
Yep. When's the last time you shotgunned a beer?
Oh man,
Man,
US
shot
probably
the beer.
8-10
My
years ago.
20s?
I used to do those
All right, what did I miss?
Guinness chugging
We're talking
contest.
about the last time we shotgunned a beer. I can't even remember.
Me neither.
You got 4 minutes.
Me neither.
What So you're your own guy. You don't have any are you sponsored by people, or are you just your own brand?
Oh, I mean, I've had Icon Meals. I've been sponsored by for fucking 9 years.
Do they care about what you say, or they're just like fucking?
Absolutely not. If you give a shit what I say, we're not doing together.
That's what I was getting at. Like I don't.
No,
think
you cannot reel me in.
Yeah.
I mean, when I got with American Beer, it was great at first, right? Then somebody else took over the marketing thing, and the lady's like, "You got to send me everything. I've got to approve everything." And I'm like, I tell my wife, I ain't fucking doing this fucking shit. I don't give a flying fuck how much money they pay me. I'm like, I'm going to do these fucking videos. If you want to give her the shit, you can, because I ain't fucking doing it. Okay. So my wife ended up going back and forth with everything. Right. And I mean, I had some great fucking, one video got like fucking 1 million views and me fucking turned into a bald eagle while I was drinking the beer at a bar. And then I jumped off the bar. It was great. You know, you can't like tell me what to do, because I'm going to come up with the best idea. You're not. You know, you're a fucking some lady that works in an office. I'm a fucking hillbilly that lives in the backwoods that knows what the goddamn people want. Just like how fucked up when they should have had some fucking mullet-wearing motherfucker that actually drinks their beer do their content.
Yeah, and then you get sponsors. You know, it's like you got to trust me to sell your product. I know how to sell your product. I know how to sell your product to.
I do better than them.
But you can't. Well, yeah, exactly. Especially when I'm selling to people that support me, I know how to sell it. You don't. So, and they'll say, "No, we can't do it like
strong and you're weak. I'm gonna over here wants to be like, you're fucking pathetic."
Yeah. Nick the Gun Guy commented, obviously we're in Orlando. You are ever near Orlando, the door's open for sure. 100% in studio. We'll buy all the beer. You can chug away. We'll put a fucking bench in there, and you can have.
We'll build a beer like at the hockey games. We'll build a beer thing.
Yeah, the beer fucking tower. Fucking,
no, I got to get down to Florida, man. I love Florida. I've been down there a ton. I usually go a lot of times to Clearwater. I've never been to Orlando. I mean, that's kind of too fancy. Right? Orlando, where they get Disney World and shit.
Yeah, that general area is very rainbowy. Very rainbowy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like Clearwater, that area. They're pretty rough out there.
Yeah, Tampa's that whole, well, not the Tampa, the city, but everything surrounding Tampa on that side of Florida is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, everybody's told us just now that they'd love for you to come back on. So I think, you know, we'd love to have you come back on. Give us
good shit, Huck.
Welcome
to the club.
No,
yeah,
I
welcome to the American Man Club.
It's a great show, man. I got to start listening to this motherfucker. The Anti-Hero broadcast or podcast, they call it. What do you call this thing?
Yeah.
Broadcast. We're on every day, 11 to 1, Monday through Friday. So it doesn't have to be this long. We can give you a 15-minute spot, come in and fucking pump everybody up, get everybody ready for the fucking show, and then get off.
Game. I can do whatever you guys. I'm off usually Tuesday, Wednesdays. I got shitty days off right now. So I work during the week, except for Tuesday, Wednesday. So You got Huck Finn Barbell Tuesday, maybe, or some shit.
There you go.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll but this is where you find it, HuckFinBarbell.com. And then obviously you just go to shop, or you can put /shop, and this is where you can get all this apparel. In-house, made by them, not drop shipping, good stuff.
No, fuck, we don't do that shit. If you're lucky enough, you probably got Mrs. Barbell's beer spill in your fucking order. You know, you order from fucking those guys from LA, you might get their fucking lipstick on your fucking order.
Miss Barbell. I love it. All right. Huck Finn, thank you for so much for coming on. Appreciate it. And we'll have you on soon. Catch up again, man. This has been an awesome experience. Lots of clips worthy. So be on the lookout for that, especially the pinky one. That was good.
Yep. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Boys. Okay, bye.
JV team for life.